Today we will talk about the Sun Temple of Modhera. It is a Hindu temple dedicated to the solar deity Surya. A soothing drive amidst green farmlands almost 25 km away from Mehsana, set along the backdrop of river Pushpavati, surrounded by a terraformed garden of flowering trees and songs of birds, rests the famed Sun Temple. The remains of the Sun Temple are relics of time gone by when reverence of the natural elements fire, air, earth, water and sky were at their peak, sharing space with myriad manifestations of Vedic gods. The ancient philosophy venerating natural elements and its association with humans was considered the prime force and energy of the life cycle. A walk around the serene temple campus makes you aware of the positively strong aura of energy which the place radiates, and through it brings one closer to the environs. The temple was built in 1026, almost 1000 years ago, during the reign of Bhimdev I of the Chalukya dynasty. Visiting this temple, especially during the sunrise, is one of the best experiences I have had in my life. It is not a building, it is a journey which I want you to experience. When you enter in a campus full of life, you will find a lot of trees, chirping of peacock along with other birds and cool breeze making the environment even more cozy and restful, as the temple is located on the bank of river Pushpavati. After a few steps, you will see the temple on a distance. You will move forward to approach a building, and when you will get closer, you will discover, oh, there is something in front of the temple. Few more steps and you will recognize it is a water body. Surprise! A water body in front of the temple of Lord Sun. A magnificent kund known as the Surya Kund, built in rectangular shape containing 108 shrines to various gods and demigods, with the three main shrines positioned on the three sides of the kund, dedicated to Lord Ganesh, Vishnu and Shiva. When you enter the kund and starts stepping down, three things are happening all together. Number one, as you go down slowly, you will get disconnected from the rest of the world. Number two, you will start getting in this new world created inside the kund with all those shrines, carvings and steps. And number three, initially the temple was at your eye level, but now as you are getting down, the temple gets above your horizon, which enhances the temple even more. Now you are inside the kund, and as I have mentioned before, it's an early morning time. You are already below ground level near the water, and the stones have absorbed the coolness of the night. And you are entering from the east side, and this side will never have a direct sun rays during mornings. The temperature here is much lower compared to outer environment. You are sitting in this cozy environment in front of a grand water body and a great temple. As the sun rises from east, the sun rays reflects the water on the temple, which is the way of water to admire the Lord Surya, we can say. We consider the water as a life, and water is glorifying the sun that notifies the Surya is above the water. The kund acts as an inverted crown to the Lord Sun. All this together generates an unforgettable experience which cannot be described. You have to go there. You have to sit there and experience how does it feels when time freezes. Now you are moving towards temple. You are on the western side now. And from this angle, the temple seems even more grand. You start stepping up. You are reached at Kirti Toran, the triumphant arch welcoming you to the temple. However, the Toran no longer exists, but two pillars remains. There were two more Kirti Toran on each side of the kund, of which only one exists without upper part. Few more steps and you are in the Sabha Mandap. The assembly and convent with an arrangement of elegantly decorated tall pillars with ornamental Toran arch and sculpted renderings of 12 Adityas. The 12 representations carved on the pillars represent the sun according to the 12 months. After visiting the Sabha Mandap, a visit to the Garbhagriha will definitely feel as a spiritual experience. The inner walls are decorated with sculptures and scenes depicted from Ramayana and Mahabharata. On every equinox for the last 1,000 years, the sun's rays enter the garbhagriha of the temple where a golden idol of the sun god once presided. It is said the sun's rays would strike a diamond fixed on the idol's head, casting a golden hue on the entire sacred space. The statue of the sun god no longer exists, and the Suryavanshi Solankis have been scattered into the dust of history since 1,000 years, but still on the day of the equinox one can almost hear the chanting of the prayers, the aroma of incense, the tinkling of bells as the sharp linear rays of the sun illuminate the inner core of life and light. You bow down to Lord Sun and get back to the way. Again you are at Sabha Mandap. You see the Kund, a reflection of sun in the Kund. You see up and there is a Lord Surya above you, giving you the blessings in form of his rays. Over there it concludes the journey. It makes you realize the sun is above all of us. Sun is a reason of light around us. It is the reason of rain. Due to that river Pushpavati is flowing on the back of temple. It is the reason the pond is full of water. It is the reason we can see all the trees and greenery around us. It is the reason we are hearing this beautiful chirping of birds. Sun is superior. The Sun Temple of Modhera with its enormous kund has been cited as a representation of fire-water biounity. If the temple is the fire altar, then the kund is the water altar. Nowhere else has this biounity found more powerful architectural expression than at Modhera. The biounity is further reinforced when the moving sun plays upon faceted walls and multi-layered steps, creating unforgettable patterns of light and shade. I have been to this place so many times, but the experience never gets old. It is a timeless building. See you again with another experience, and until we meet, goodbye.